Sam, what's going on with the Twins?
Hey, the Twins have given us a little something to believe in. Their lead is it 2.5 or is it 3 in the Central? It's 2.5 or 3. They beat the Padres twice, and they kind of woke up the bats a little bit. I don't know. I wouldn't say that they're like fully awake. They're kind of drowsily waking up a little bit. Carlos Correa got a
3-game lead,
double.
Sam.
Over my Tigers. They have a 3-game lead over my Tigers.
Yep. 3-game lead. Carlos Correa has been getting booed. Guys, it's already happening. Guys, this is what happened with Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer signs a huge contract, and the next season, he falls apart, gets injured, crowd turns on him. It's happening already with Carlos Correa getting booed, but he does come up with a big go-ahead double yesterday to give the Twins a 5-3 win. But this is the real story, guys. I think bigger than the 2-game winning streak. Tyler Mahle is done for the year. Needs Tommy John. So all told, they traded for him last year, gave up a lot of assets. And he's going to, in the end, he will have given them about 5 starts, 6, 7 starts in 2 years.
Wow.
And then he's going to be a free agent.
Yeah, 9.
9 starts. Thank you, Reggie. 9
5 this
starts.
Year.
5 this year. And the Twins have basically given up all those assets for nothing.
And Sam, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that the 4th pitcher the Twins have traded for that have ended up getting hurt or injured or shelved? Chris Paddock, Kenta Maeda, Sam Dyson, a reliever way back, that they've given up a lot of key young assets for, right?
Yeah, Sam Dyson's a good one. That's a good pull. That was a bullpen arm that was supposed to help him a couple of years ago. Maeda missed a full season. Chris Paddock has missed now. This is his 2nd season that he'll miss. I think he's still recovering from his surgery. Wow. So it's bad, guys. I mean, you trade for people that have injury concerns, and sometimes this is what happens. The Twins have rolled the dice. They've rolled the dice with Correa as well, remember, with that big contract and his concerning ankle. So again, injuries continue to plague this team, even with kind of a new trainer this year and some new philosophies. It's still, they cannot stay away from the injury bug. It's really frustrating, and that pitching staff is already less impressive than it was when the year started.
Sam, for me, it's not so much the pitching. At least they stocked up on depth, if nothing else. Maybe a guy like Louis Varland can be that 4th or 5th arm in the rotation. It's the bats, though, right? I mean, this team's averaging like 3 runs in its last 8 games, and I think they're dead last in the league in batting average. So, I mean, they're just missing some pop, some juice in the lineup. When Buxton or Correa doesn't do the heavy lifting, it just feels like, I don't know, they're in for a long night.
And we said before the year, Trevor Larnach has got to be big this year. His 2nd year in the big leagues. Jose Miranda, he's going to be awesome. Well, both of them have been sent down to the minors. Like that's how bad the offense has been from those key 2nd-year guys that are supposed to be foundational pieces, and neither of them have come through. So the middle of that lineup has been totally punchless. Correa, they can't send him down. He's going to be in the lineup every day, and he's hitting 200. Buxton has been mired in a slump, like 0 for 23, I think, at this point. So it's all negative right now. The Twins are lucky to be leading this division. Kind of like the Vikings winning the division at 9-8. The Twins might win this division at 82-80.
Correa, 200 batting average? That'd be nice, Sam. It's 191 batting average for Carlos Correa.
Line.
Just absolutely terrible.
And here's the problem, though. If you look at the way it's set, if they were in the AL East, they would be last. Because the Yankees, I don't ever think I would have said this. The Yankees are last in the AL East.
By 9 games.
So they're about to go spend some money. Like when they have their chance in this trade deadline, they are going to work their magic. The Yankees do not want to be last. That's crazy, though, that the Rays have gotten out to 30-9. And again, pitch count. I watch a lot of ESPN. I watch a lot of Care 11. I watch a lot of everybody. Like I love to see different perspectives on all the teams because I don't want one group's love for their team. And everybody's saying the pitch count. They're saying baseball has gotten so much better and faster, and some of these pitchers are benefiting, and some of these batters that have like OCD and they have to unstrap their strap and they have to restrap every time, they're not able to do that.
Fernando Tatis Jr. just this past series, same thing. Every single pitch, just barely getting back in the box. You're right.
Really? I mean, I don't understand that. Like, it's not like these are grown men. It's not like it's been like a week or two. Like we're 40 games in, and you guys still like think you need to undo your straps every time. Like tape it up. Like when you go on, like strap it and then tape it so it doesn't come off. And then when you're batting, you have to worry about unstrapping it, restrap. But I talked to another person that's a Ron Coomer, former Twin, former pro. Talked to a couple people about that. They said, you know what? Something like a hockey guy, I forgot who it was, who I was talking to. Leopold. And he was saying how like there's certain things, like your glove has to be a certain way, your stick has to be. He's like, there's some guys that have ticks. And so in football, I kind of get that. But it's such a brutal sport. We didn't care that our glove got knocked off or that our cleat was a little turned or, So, yeah, I don't get that side of baseball. But, it is what it is. The Twins have to stay in the lead in the AL Central, of course, to make the playoffs, because if they don't, there's no way they're getting in there with a wild card because, the AL East is just dominant right now. The AL West is kind of where the AL Central is. So it's going to be win or go home. That's it. Win the division or go home.
And to your point, Sam, Larnach hit 2 home runs yesterday with the Saints, so that was pretty promising.
And Kepler might have gotten hurt, so they may have to call him right back up, actually, or Miranda, one of the two.
Or Miranda, yeah, Miranda. The whole thing with Miranda is perplexing because I don't know if you guys saw, but Royce Lewis just started his rehab assignment with the Wichita Wind Surge, and so like he's on his way back. So we knew that there would be a little bit of a conundrum, especially after they re-signed Carlos Correa. It's like, okay, when Royce comes back, you probably don't want to put him in the outfield because that didn't work out so well last year. So where does he go? And with Miranda struggling, hate to do the Hamilton reference here, but it kind of fits. He's kind of thrown away his shot. And so the problem is now Miranda is looking like, oh man, like, okay, once Royce comes back, where do I fit into this whole thing? But really, they just need some production. I think the one thing that I was forecasting coming into the season was that the Twins, the pitching staff, if healthy, obviously, one of the better pitching staffs in all of baseball, especially from the starters' perspective. Emilio Pagan hasn't been terrible this year, but the problem is once these arms start to kind of like fall off and they're not healthy, like, okay, now you lose Tyler Malley, but you got Bailey Ober, who was just the odd man out coming into the season. And he looked good yesterday. He looks like he could be a really good piece coming into that rotation to help. But now you're down Malley, and now you're looking at guys like Louis Varland, and then you're digging deeper into the well, like, okay, who's gonna be able to come up and help us? And so that's gonna be the problem, I think, with this whole thing. It was always kind of centered on health. And, Sonny Gray, sometimes he gets nicked up during the season as well. So you'll have some spot starts from guys in AAA as well. So that's going to be something to monitor moving forward, that starting rotation.